Hi, this is on the MIS, and we're going to be updating a record once you have the final information from the customer on page counts and quantities. So in our calendar, clicking there, we have a bunch of jobs that are in a state of forecast, meaning they're gray. But we're just going to say this job right here is the one that we have the final information on. So I open that job up, and they don't want 15,600, they want 16,000. We're just going to write that in there. If there was any zones associated to it, we could write in the zone information there and update the quantities and print top sheets if we needed to. This is a commercial job. We're going to leave it as commercial. It is confirmed, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And the information, if we had to deliver it, we could write in the delivery. We could do stitch and trim job, so on. But this is the A section. It's a standard job, 12 pages, but they don't want 12 pages this time. They want 16. And on top of that, we're just going to say they want a B section. And that B section is going to be 8 pages. Okay, so it has in a state of forecast right now. And when we click this off, it now becomes a live job. And we're going to make sure that we do the same thing with the dockets, because this is the for packaging. So we'll go into the press run dockets, and it's in a state of forecast. We're going to click that off. This shows 12 pages, but it's actually 16, so we're going to make sure that that is edited correctly. So I add a fourth lead, and we're going to leave it at 22 newsprint. That's the default. If we had a dinky, this is where we would choose a dinky. If I do, of course, it makes that incorrect. And if we had only one color, being 10 or 13 side, or no color, we would check that radio button. We're going to leave this as is right now. Return to the job input, and there's an 8-page paper here. I click on this, and because it was new, there's no paper associated to it, so I'm going to associate it. There's lead 1 there, and then I go lead 2. Oh, we have an error. It says 16 pages. My mistake was I didn't turn it into a standard, which is a broadsheet size. So now, if I go back, that's correct. So a good visual representation on if it's tab or broadsheet. Click off your forecast, and then we can go back to the job input. And I'm going to go to the calendar and show you the difference between the two. So we go to the calendar, and now you're seeing there's the packaging representation, and here is the A and B section. You can move your B section to an earlier time. I hit the refresh button to make sure that that time sticks, but there's your B section, there's your A section, and the packaging at the same time. So it changes its color state once you've approved it, and that's what it looks like for making sure that the job is ready for data entry from the press crew later on. Thank you. I wanted to mention one thing about another thing about the job entry. After you've updated your quantities and your page counts, when you're in your docket side, there's a place to go to press print out. So if I press that button, this one you can actually print for the press guys if you're having them manually enter the data and somebody else is going to be inputting that data into the MIS system.